a tear lately. It's near its 52-week high, in fact, all-time high. Right now, the Dow is down 122 points, NASDAQ down 20, and the S&P 500 down 10. Less than an hour away now for the Fed statement of the global markets. We're watching for this morning. The Fed will be watching whether they'll be losing their patience when it comes to interest rates, and we'll get that statement at 11. You'll hear it right here in KNX 1070. Money News, 40 past the hour. Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Coming up, we'll get an update today on plans for tuition hikes for UC students. More on that in minutes. Also, Tom Tran standing by with a check of our freeways and your CBS 2 weather forecast. Traffic and weather together on the 5s is next.
This is Nicholas Alexander from Nick Alexander Imports, LA's #1 BMW dealer. March is here, and so is the madness that comes with keeping track of every college basketball game without burning a single vacation day. A couple of Nick Alexander workplace tips. Always keep a spreadsheet just a click away. If you see your boss coming, you can quickly change your screen. Also, resist the urge to dance on top of your desk. Even if you did pick another huge upset, your bracket is proof enough of your genius. At Nick Alexander BMW, the madness is alive all March long. But I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about insane wholesale district deals on Nick's crazy huge selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. For example, all March long, lease a 2015 BMW 320i for only $269 per month, plus tax, $19.95 down, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year on approved credit. That's $269 a month. Call 800-800-NICK or search our entire inventory at alexanderbmw.com. We're centrally located to all of Southern California in the wholesale district. That's 800-800-NICK. And remember, Nick can't say no.
Hi, this is John Andrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
I'm a state-of-the-art 60-inch flat-screen TV. And I mean, not to brag or anything, but if a burglar ever breaks into this place, I'm pretty certain I'm the first thing he's going to steal. I mean, it's not like he's going to take that recliner over there. Or that coffee table.
Your stuff can't protect itself. That's why the Geico Insurance Agency helps make it easy to switch and save on renter's insurance. Renter's insurance will cover personal property loss or damage as well as provide liability protection. Visit geico.com today.
Wouldn't it be great if the next time you paid to paint your house, it was the last? Well, I'll guarantee it. I'm Sam Chiappetta, owner of Rhino Shield Southern California, a veteran-owned and operated company. Since working with the inventors of the revolutionary ceramic coating, we've never had to paint anyone's home twice. Rhino Shield makes their homes look so unbelievable, they call to give us referrals to all their friends and family members. Rhino Shield gives your home a sheen that never dulls. Our infinite color selection is so vibrant it's used on amusement parks and retail stores. We've even been featured on This Old House and HGTV's Curb Appeal. Rhino Shield keeps energy bills low by reflecting over 90% of UV rays and insulating your walls. It also resists mold growth, is extremely eco-friendly, and will help enhance your home's resale value. After using Rhino Shield, you'll never have to pay a house painter again. Guaranteed.
For a free estimate, call 800-995-7900. You'll get a 10% discount up to $1,000 for mentioning this message. That's 800-995-7900. 800-995-7900. Certain terms and conditions apply. See LSB number 976811.
They are two of the most powerful people in the city of Los Angeles, Mayor Eric Garcetti and LA Police Chief Charlie Beck.
And they will both be joining us tomorrow morning at 10, taking your calls and tweets.
I'm Tom Hewell. Join Charles Feldman and me for Ask the Mayor, sponsored by AMA Waterways. Exclusive original programming from Southern California's news leader, KNX 1070 News Radio.
KNX News Time, 10:15.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s. We check in again with Tom Tran.
Told you about an earlier crash on the San Bernardino Freeway going westbound near the 605. We had 3 vehicles involved in this. They moved off to the shoulder. However, the delays are still pretty solid from Azusa Avenue. Then it slows down again near Rosemead Boulevard because of a crash on the 10 West at Rosemead. Earlier, signal alert on the eastbound side of the 10 out in Fontana. This has been lingering for over an hour now. Right before Sierra Avenue, we had several lanes blocked. Looks like the delays stretch almost to Etiwanda Avenue, so I would suggest hopping off at Etiwanda or Cherry or anywhere you can and maybe take Valley Boulevard or Stover Avenue going east. You can get back onto the 10 at Sierra to get around a lot of those delays. I also had a problem over on the 710 going northbound at Bandini. It looks like 2 big rigs got into it, but they are hopping off the freeway on Bandini. to get off the major routes. Let's check in with Scott Burt. Say good morning to him. He's taking a look at the problem out on Sunset Boulevard.
And Brentwood, major problem out here. Sunset Boulevard shut down at Bundy, Kenter, and it's really backing up the westbound side of Sunset Boulevard back through the 405. I would advise using Samba City or Wilshire Boulevard as an alternative. Eastbound, surprisingly, not too bad. You'll just be detoured through the area.
Traffic and weather together on the 5-star next report at 10:25. From your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and CBSLA.com.
CBS 2 weather forecast for Southern California. Mostly cloudy, windy today. There's a chance of showers and possibly thunderstorms in some valley areas this afternoon. Highs today, mid to upper 60s. Some areas getting to the mid-70s. Mostly cloudy skies tonight. Chance of rain continuing with lows in the mid to upper 50s. And then low clouds and fog to start your day tomorrow, becoming partly cloudy. Highs again 60s and 70s. Right now we've got 70 degrees here at the CBS Broadcast Center on LA's Miracle Mile. And this is Southern California's only all-news radio station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning, I'm Chris Sedens.
And I'm Linda Nunez. Coming up, Netanyahu triumphs in the Israel election. We'll talk live with a Middle East expert from UCLA.
KNX News Time 1017.
University of California Board of Regents hears from Governor Jerry Brown and UC President Janet Napolitano today as they work to settle their differences about the university's system's budget. The two leaders have met twice since the board asked them to recommend possible changes in how the university is structured and spends its money.
Some prominent artifacts from the Civil War are going up for sale.
An album with the autographs of Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, and other prominent Civil War figures is going on the auction block here in New York. Swan Auction Gallery says the signatures and handwritten letters of political, military, and literary personalities were collected between 1861 and 1864 by Teresa Viel, the wife of a Union Army general. She sold them to raise money for wounded soldiers on both sides of the conflict. The buyer gave the album back. The album is expected to sell for between $80,000 and $120,000. Frank Sedapani, CBS News.
The Associated Press says its analysis of federal data show the Obama administration has set a new record for denying access to government files or censoring them. CBS News correspondent Pam Coulter says the numbers are based on last year's Freedom of Information Act requests.
The government took longer to turn over files when it provided any, and it hasn't provided a lot of them, refusing a record number of times to turn over files quickly.
The government's responsiveness under the Open Records Law is considered an important measure of its transparency.
KNX News Time at 10:18, and when searching for the best pastrami sandwich, search langersdeli.com.
Apartment owners, managers, and real estate investors. The third annual Income Property Expo happens March 24th at Pasadena Convention Center. Check out 100 vendors with the latest in products and services. Get free legal and investment advice from the experts, plus seminars, craft brew tasting, and networking. If you own or manage rentals, condos, or commercial real estate, don't miss the Income Property Expo in Pasadena. Admission is free. Visit IncomePropertyExpo.com. That's IncomePropertyExpo.com.
Oh, traffic was a beast this morning, and I missed 4 text messages from the big guy.
I got the same text messages from the boss man. I replied back to all of them on the way into work, and he thanked me for my prompt response and said something about a promotion or something.
But it's illegal to text and drive.
But it's legal to text and ride.
Of course it is.
Thanks for the coffee.
Yeah.
Convenient, affordable, and text-friendly. Foothill Transit. See a complete list of routes at foothilltransit.org.
There's so much talk radio out there with all these opinions.
Brain Matter matters with KNX.
Just give me the news and I'll form my own opinion.
Be in the know.
I don't want to miss out on what's going on.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
KNX News Time 1020.
The Ducks and Kings collide in the OC tonight. Here's KNX 1070's Randy Cardoon.
Kings start tonight tied with Calgary for the last wild card spot in the Western Conference, and because the first tiebreaker is the number of games played, at this point the fewer the better. Kings have 69 games, Flames are at 70, so for the moment, Kings have that last wild card spot. They skated Anaheim tonight against Bruce Boudreau's Ducks, who were tied with St. Louis and Montreal for the most points in hockey with 95.
In the last 13 games, we're 9-4, and I think in the 9 games we've won, our goals against is like 1.5. So So I mean, we've had some pretty good games, and then we blow up like in Calgary and against Pittsburgh and such. But those are the only two with more than 3 goals against. So the defense must be doing something right.
7:30, the face-off at the Honda Center. Clippers in Sacramento in the NBA at 7. Cal State San Marcos near San Diego tips off in about an hour in Kansas City for their NAIA playoff opener against Philander Smith College of Little Rock, Arkansas. San Marcos is ranked 3rd. Top seed Hope International of Fullerton looks for their 30th win of the season. They tip it off at 3:15 against West Virginia Tech. Sports, 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Cardoon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Local reaction this morning to Benjamin Netanyahu's big win in the Israeli election. We'll talk live with a Middle East expert from UCLA. That's coming up momentarily. KNX News Time, 1021.
Bob McCormick here. I'm talking to elder care attorney Zorn Basic with Nursing Home Solutions. Zorn, how are families dealing with the rising cost of nursing home care?
Bob, nursing home care can exceed $100,000 a year. Medi-Cal is the primary payer for nursing home care. Unfortunately, most people consider Medi-Cal a poverty program and fail to apply.
So people are choosing not to apply because they don't believe they can qualify?
Exactly. Families are leaving over $100,000 a year in benefits on the table because they don't know how to become eligible. In fact, Medi-Cal was designed for middle-class families. It's the most misunderstood program around, and it's probably one of the best for nursing home care.
So you're saying families can keep their home, business. In addition, couples can keep their IRA and pension incomes as well.
Absolutely.
And how can people get in touch with you, Zorn?
We have a lot of information at nhscare.com. That's nhscare.com.
Or call 800-773-6467. That's 800-773-6467. Thanks for sharing this with our listening audience.
KNX News Time 1022. A skydiving accident was reported this morning in the Riverside County community of Paris. Firefighters were called to the scene just after 9 o'clock this morning. The skydiver was down in the area of Richard Street and Highway 74. No word on just what happened or the person's condition.
Tom Tran standing by with a check of our Southern California freeways. Will also update your CBS 2 weather forecast. Cloudy skies and chance of rain in the forecast. Your traffic and weather together on the 5 coming up in just a couple of minutes. But first... The sound of jubilant Likud Party supporters chanting the nickname of Benjamin Netanyahu, who scored a convincing victory in Israel's general election. Joining us live now to talk more about this, Professor Stephen Spiegel. He is the head of the Center for Middle East Developments at UCLA. First of all, sir, what does this result mean for relations between Israelis and Palestinians?
Well, I don't think it's a big positive. Netanyahu did say no Palestinian state on my watch in the Wild West kind of last 3 days in the Israeli election when he was doling out promises without any consideration of consequences. I think the Israeli-Palestinian relations are likely to decline, at least in the short term.
There's been a lot of speculation that the Obama administration was really trying to get Herzog, the man who was up against Netanyahu, elected this time around, a much more liberal-leaning candidate in this race. I guess I can't help but wonder how this might throw any kind of a monkey wrench into the president's plans for his reaching of a nuclear deal with Iran.
Well, I think that Netanyahu has made his position so clear in Congress and elsewhere that he's been heard. I don't think this will create a monkey wrench. Obviously, Obama would have preferred Herzog with his milder tone and positions, but I think it probably requires more convincing, but on the Hill and elsewhere in the United States. But that would have been true in any case. I think the bigger effect is on the Palestinians.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit further about other implications that might affect U.S. Foreign policy after this election.
I think that there's a big lesson here for American politicians, American and European politicians. Here was a candidate who's been in for several years but promised the world. And it appealed to a lot of candidates. He appealed to their fears, not their hopes. And with the Middle East in so much trouble, with so many problems around the world, the candidate who said, I will protect you, or as in one early ad, I am your babysitter, it made a difference. And that's what people are looking for. So candidates, I would say Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush, beware. People are looking for the simple answer, and we've got to get over that but in this media world, that's what works, and BB proved it.
Okay, Mr. Spiegel, thank you again. That's Professor Stephen Spiegel. He is the head of the Center for Middle East Development at UCLA.
KNX News Time, 10:25.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s. This report is sponsored by Toyota of Orange. We check in again with Tom Tran.
We had an earlier crash on the 405 going northbound near Woodruff. It looks like that's cleared, but we have a second accident being reported kind of in the same spot, right around Palo Verde. That's got traffic slow from about Studebaker. Stick with it. It only stays busy until you get to about Woodruff. After that, it's pretty clear drive all the way up the 405 until you get to about the 105, where things start to slow down because of a crash over near Manchester Boulevard, leaving the LAX area. It's going to be slow up towards the west side and the Santa Monica Freeway, where we will find Scott Booker.
It's slow here, 10 westbound across the downtown floor out through about, just really off the Easterly interchange. Bulk of the slowing starts in around Hoover. As you head over toward National Overland, 10 eastbound, some taps of the break through Mid-City, and then slows again approaching the Harbor Freeway.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 10:35. From your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and CBSLA.com.
Hello, I'm Alan Mosnett, Toyota of Orange. Dave Wilson has a philosophy that really makes sense. Take care of your customers, and you will sell to their friends and family for years. Come see why Toyota of Orange continues to be #1 in Orange County.
Our CBS 2 weather forecast for Southern California, mostly cloudy, windy, chance of showers, possibly thunderstorms this afternoon. The highs upper 60s to mid 70s, mostly cloudy tonight. The chance of rain continues with lows in the mid to upper 50s. Right now we've got 70 degrees in Riverside, 66 this hour in Canoga Park, currently 67 degrees in downtown Los Angeles.
This portion of the news sponsored by IntelliLoan Mortgages.
When the war is won, we will be strong, we will be strong.
Paramount Pictures is re-releasing the civil rights drama Selma this Friday in honor of the Selma to Montgomery, Alabama March, which took place 50 years ago this month. There is a 2-for-1 ticket offer at participating theaters. The movie won an Oscar and Golden Globe for Best Original Song for John Legend and Common's Glory. It won't be long before the British royal family grows by one. The Duchess of Cambridge says she expects her second child, to be born sometime between mid to late April. She made the offhand comment during a St. Patrick's Day appearance with Prince William. Their son George is 18 months old. KNX News Time, 10:28.
The following is from IntelliLoan. This is a public notice for homeowners with FHA loans that are currently paying for mortgage insurance. As of January 26, 2015, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has approved a reduction in mortgage insurance premiums of up to 33% on certain FHA loans. Qualified homeowners are now able to reduce their costly mortgage insurance premiums. Some may also qualify for an interest rate reduction and up to 2 payment-free months with no appraisal and without incurring any closing costs. A toll-free telephone line has been established to check your eligibility. 800-857-5200. Take this opportunity to reduce your mortgage insurance premiums by up to 33%, lower the current interest rate on your loan, and get up to 2 payment-free months. If you have an FHA loan and are paying mortgage insurance, call 800-857-5200. 800-857-5200. IntelliLoan is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130924. IntelliLoan is an FHA-approved lender and is not acting on behalf of HUD, FHA, or the federal government. Subject to credit approval. NMLS number 3290. Equal housing lender.
Why settle for the off-the-shelf windows from the big box stores that you have to install yourself?
15 years ago, Bill and Kathleen started American Vision Windows and Solar to give great customer service. 15 years later, and they've become California's #1 window replacement company.
Off-the-shelf windows don't look much better than the ones you already have.
That's why Bill and I are so happy that American Vision is offering the Delmar Collection by Anlin. It's our most beautiful window and is now available in 9 different colors. So call us and let American Vision install them for free.
Transform the look and feel of your home while getting unmatched customer service, free expert installation, and a lifetime warranty.
Revolutionizing the home improvement industry one customer at a time. American Vision Windows.
American Vision Windows, celebrating their 15th anniversary, and there's no better time to get brand new, energy-efficient, beautiful windows from the #1 window replacement company in California. Call now for a free upgrade to the Delmar package. Call 888-363-8181. That's 888-363-8181. CSLB number 778326.
Hello, this is Don Johnson, Vice Chairman of American Business Bank. Over the last 17 years, we have built our bank on individual client attention, integrity, and respect. These are the backbones for successful financial services. Member FDIC.
Where the News Watch never stops. Always live and local. This is KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good
Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 18th. I'm Chris Seaton.
And I'm Linda Nunez. Here are some of our top stories.
Top questions for the Defense Secretary on Capitol Hill over efforts to defeat ISIS.
Gunmen open fire on tourists at a museum in Tunisia. The latest death toll stands at 22.
And Donald Trump takes a formal step forward toward a 2016 presidential run.
KNX News Time, 10:30.
Breaking news now on KNX 1070 News Radio.
We're just getting word that a gunman is on the loose in the Phoenix area. Police say at least 4 people have been shot in several locations in the community of Mesa, which is east of Phoenix. Reports from the scene say the first incident happened across the street from the Institute of Technology. Another person was shot at an apartment complex about 4 blocks away from Mesa Community College. Mesa fire officials say they are treating multiple patients in multiple locations. Mesa Community College and the East Valley Institute of Technology stated parents of those affected have been notified.
The nation's top military chiefs are before Congress today answering questions about defense spending and the president's strategy against ISIS.
There were questions about the millions of dollars being sent to Afghanistan, some of it misspent.
We will continue to put money down the rat hole and never say that it's time to stop.
And from Congressman Beto O'Rourke, the training of Iraqi security forces to take on ISIS.
We have spent tens of billions of dollars doing just that from 2003 to 2010 to awful effect.
O'Rourke said U.S. ground forces will be needed.
If we're going to do this, let's be honest about what it's going to take to do it.
Defense Secretary Ash Carter.
We want a lasting defeat of ISIL, and only local forces on the ground can impose a lasting defeat, and that's our strategy.
Cammie McCormick, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Tunisian state television says the death toll in today's attack on a prominent museum in Tunis has risen to 22. Authorities say gunmen opened fire on the National Bordeaux Museum, killing tourists and a cleaning woman and wounding several others. Security forces later stormed the museum, killing 2 gunmen and a security officer. 2 or 3 accomplices may be at large.
Donald Trump is forming a presidential exploratory committee. In a statement, the Republican businessman and reality television star declared that he is the only one who can make America truly great again. That's a quote. New York Daily News deputy politics editor Greg Birnbaum tells KNX Trump may have trouble finding much traction.
You've got some moderates in there, and you do have some pretty hard right conservatives in there. So there's not really kind of a clear place where Trump can position himself in order to draw support, because there already are so many candidates out there covering the political spectrum.
And he says he expects Trump to, in his words, cut and run when it comes time for candidates to make their financial disclosures.
A third round of testing is being conducted on a letter that appears to contain cyanide and was addressed to the White House. CBS News correspondent Major Garrett says so far the Secret Service is not providing many details.
The Secret Service will not comment on the criminal investigation into the origin of the letter, the motive behind it, or if any arrests are imminent. There have been no reports of exposure to cyanide.
The letter arrived at a facility away from the White House for routine screening on Monday. It reportedly bore return address of a man who the Secret Service has been keeping an eye on for years, dating back to 1995.
There was a measured response from the White House today to the re-election of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. CBS News correspondent Pam Coulter is in Washington.
Officials here are offering congratulations to the Israeli people on their successful election, but senior advisor David Seamus isn't weighing in on the come-from-behind victory of Benjamin Netanyahu. He does say the U.S. and Israel have an historic and close relationship that will continue going forward. Netanyahu opposes a nuclear deal with Iran, but Seamus says those negotiations are ongoing and at a sensitive stage.
Netanyahu says he hopes to form a new government in 2 or possibly 3 weeks.
There's word